I assume this is a roach, but it feels a bit better than a roach. It's certainly better than the last thing I showed you. Yeah, it's having quite a go. It's a roach, but it's a nice roach. Don't mind catching these. As I was saying earlier, I used to catch good roach over here. That is a good roach. Well, that is rather magnificent, isn't it? You can see it at the moment because the camera's not pointing low enough. But that is a lovely fish. I think it's a roach, isn't it? Yeah, definitely a roach. Or is it a rudd? It's got a slight upturned lip, but no, it's a rudd, isn't it? Magnificent fish, though. Well, I don't mind catching those. Well, let's put you back. Good morning, folks. I'm at Fields End Water today, which is my local commercial. Last time I was here I blanked, so anything is going to be an improvement on that. Yeah, I came back here today because it's easy, really. I'm in the swim nearest where I park the car, which makes it easier for me as well. I'm getting a bit lazy in my old age, but there we go. Anyway, as I say, I blanked here last time, so hopefully we'll do a bit better today. The bar's quite low. Yeah, there's a southwesterly wind today, so fishing this spot, which is in the southwest corner, is also easy because I won't be dealing with ripples on the water, hopefully. So overcast at the moment, but the forecast is it's going to get much brighter this afternoon. It's going to be very hot tomorrow. So anyway, I won't chat on too much. I'll sort of introduce everything when I've sat down. But as I say, blank last time, so it's got to be better than that, let's hope. Quite quiet at the moment. There's only a couple of people here, I think, and I've got someone quite close to me, so I'm not speaking too loud. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? Okay, you'll recognise this spot from when I fished here a few outings ago. Seems to be a bit more water in the lake since I was last here, and the reeds are now much healthier green than they were before. They were a bit autumnish the last time I was here before, or winterish. Yeah, I got the same tackle as I've used for the last couple of outings, which is my Hardy Marksman Specimen Avon rod with the speedier centre pin. I loaded this with 8-pound line for my last outing to Erith, but today I've actually I've put on a hook length. I went to the tackle shop and I bought some Drennan, I think they call it Acolyte, what do you call it, fluorocarbon, 6 pound. So I got an 8-pound main line and I got 6 pound fluorocarbon to a number 12 hook, Drennan Super Specialist, barbless obviously. I still got the same float on, the Bob Goes Fishing float that Chris Hind at Bright Point Angling kindly gave me. It survived a few close calls in the last few outings, so let's hope it survives today. This is a much more open lake obviously than Erith, and Erith was a very tight swim, so I went 8-pound line all the way through. But when I've caught carp here before in this particular swim, they've always gone out. They haven't gone into the reeds. That's not to say they'll not do it this time, and I've managed to get quite a reasonable carp in on lightish tackle because, as I say, they go out. But we don't know what we're going to get today. So bait wise, I've got a selection really. I've thrown in some hemp seed. I've thrown in some maggots. I bought some maggots today. And we'll start with maggots, which hopefully will give us a fairly early success, but who knows. As you can see, it's reasonably deep. The hook's here in the keeper. There's the float up there. So let's have a go, see what we get, shall we? I've got a little sort of tripod rod rest I usually bring when I'm fishing off platforms. I've got to put it in the bag today, so no rod rest. Let's try a bunch of maggots to start with. I've also got some lunch meat or spam, whatever you like to call it, in the bag. And I've got some cheese bait, so plenty of different baits to try. Let's hope one of them works. I've actually set up the float cam, but I haven't switched it on, so I'll have to do that a bit later. See what happens first, shall we? So I've started with maggots. If maggots don't work, then we're probably struggling a bit. Perhaps I just need to feed the swim a bit, get things interested. I don't know. Well, nothing's gone for the maggots, folks. Throw something in the moorhens there straight away. I just noticed my oh, it's a bite. So I missed that. I just noticed my camera had gone all lopsided on the I don't know what sort of angle you were getting from it, but it was sort of at an angle on my chest. Well, we're not fishless, folks. We got our roach. We've got our roach. Well, at least we've got a roach. I've got to hold him fairly tight because these things have a habit of flipping out, and I'm on a platform here, so I don't want him to end up on there. But there we go. Yeah, I just noticed my sort of camera had sort of slid. It's a good bit of English. Slid all sideways. And I thought, oh, I better straighten that. And I bent down to sort of straighten it, and I looked around. There was no float there. Well, there you go. Perhaps it's because I threw a few maggots in. So let's throw a few more in, shall we? Unfortunately, the moorhen may get a couple of them because it's not right in place at the moment. Well, at least we haven't blanked, folks. At least we haven't blanked. In the past, I've caught some very nice roach here, but I'm talking about the distant past. Over £1, you know. It must have been a good bite because the float was completely out of sight, but I wasn't watching it, so I can't really tell you. You saw more than me, obviously. I've just put the float cam on. Unfortunately, the float's not doing anything. So, I'll put a bit of sweet corn on for a change. And I've had a bit of a change around. I've moved my bag to the other side and I've got the bait on the left side. So I can rest my rod on my bag because it's not doing a lot at the moment, so holding it is a bit of a luxury. Let's put a bit more sweet corn out, probably bring the moorhen back, unfortunately. Yeah. Where have all the fishies gone? Where have all the fishies gone? When I fished here last time and got a blank, it was pretty early in the scheme of things, and had been really cold, and although I was a bit disappointed, I wasn't overly surprised. But if I don't get anything today, I'll be a bit surprised. The trouble is, May hasn't been very May-like up to now. We've had lots of cold weather, a few warm bits in between, but yeah. Oh well. I can only try. Well, I'm starting to get bites on maggots, but the quality is, the quality is a lovely conditioned little fish, but it's very, very small. Yeah, oh well. But we're getting bites. Let's throw a few more maggots in. Oh, I assume this is a roach, but it feels a bit better than a roach. It's certainly better than the last thing I showed you. Yeah, it's having quite a go. It's a roach, but it's a nice roach. Don't mind catching these. What was I saying earlier? I used to catch good roach over here. That is a good roach. Well, that is rather magnificent, isn't it? You can see it at the moment because the camera's not pointing low enough. But that is a lovely fish. I think it's a roach, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely a roach. Or is it a rudd? It's got a slight upturned lip, but no, it's a rudd, isn't it? Magnificent fish, though. Well, I don't mind catching those. Well, let's put you back. It's quite strange, really. I wasn't getting a bite, and then all of a sudden I'm getting a bite of cast. So obviously the fish have moved in, or become interested. Well, this is what you would expect on maggots, isn't it, really? A little perchy. A very small perchy. You see him there. Right, let's keep putting the maggots in. I only bought half a pint, so I have to be a little bit conservative. Here comes the moorhen as soon as it sees anything go in. I may try a bit of luncheon meat or spam, whatever you like to call it, because in the past I've caught some nice run on spam here. So I may give it a go in a minute. That looks a bit like a cormorant. It is a cormorant. God, Jesus. That's not going to do the fishing any good. Oh, this feels quite nice as well. Oh, yeah, this feels quite nice. Yes, certainly having a go. Be careful, I've got trees above me. That's another nice one, isn't it? I don't think it's quite as big as that last one, but it's a nice fish. Yeah, the hooks come out, which is good. Yeah, they are right, aren't they? It's a nice fish. I assume you can see it okay. Just got to get this hook out of the net before I can put it back. There we go. Yeah, I don't mind catching these. Just turned the remote camera on, hoping to catch a sort of shot of the fish from a more overview than the body cam, but of course once you do things like that, once you put a camera on to catch something, or to record something, shall I say, catch is a bit confusing in the context of fishing. Yeah, once you put the camera on to record something, because you've had a run of bites and you think, right, this is a good time, or I don't know, this may be a bite. Yeah, I was just about to say the bite stop, but I think this is a bite. It's going under very, very slowly. Yeah, which means it's not one of those nice runs, it's something smaller. And I could have guessed it was a perch, because they do have a habit of this running along with the bait before they take it. Obviously hardly strong enough to to take the float under. Look at it, little aggressive thing. Its gill covers are out with its spikes, its dorsal fins up. It's, you know, really, really angry. And look at it, it's minuscule. There we go. Ah dear. Oh, we're getting bites. As I say, last time I was here I completely blanked, so this has got to be better. I usually put my bottom shot nearer the hook, but because I've got a hook length on, I didn't want to put the shot on the weaker line, so it's a bit higher up than I'd normally put it, but it seems to be working, so Yeah, the mud bites are much more positive. That was a sort of gradual sinking bite, that little perch, as it tried to sort of pull the float up. I got to the shop just after 8 this morning. It opens at 8. But by the time I'd set up everything, quite a few things to set up, and obviously after I sort of unpacked the car and walked to the swim and everything, so it was probably about 8:45 when I started fishing, and it's just literally just gone 10. So although it was a bit of a slow start, and it seems to have slowed down again a bit now, I haven't done too bad really. Had a few small fish and a couple of very nice rudd. So things are not too bad. Oh, look at that bloody cormorant. No wonder the fishing stopped right under my float. God, Jesus Christ. No wonder the bites have stopped. Bloody things. He's just celebrating the fact that we got the fish feeding. I've just seen that bird again. I'm not sure it is a cormorant actually. I think it may be a grebe. Yeah, it's not a cormorant, it's a grebe. But it's all over the place here. So it's just hopeless at the moment. It's literally doing this bay. It's just patrolling all around it. And unless it decides to move on, I think the fish are just, well, basically keeping a low profile. I thought grebes were smaller than that, but maybe there are different types. I think it's a grebe. It's got that sort of flared sort of neck. So, well, whatever it is, it's not doing the fishing any good. I'm getting bites again, but they're small fish. That a couple have come off after I've hooked them. And a couple that I have got in have been sort of tiny little perch, so that's all we seem to have down there at the moment. Well, that's all that seems to be interested at the moment. So yeah, where did those nice rudd go? It's not a blank today, but I must say it's a bit disappointing. I think the problem I have is I compare this lake to how it was sort of 10 or so years ago when I first started fishing it. More than 10 years ago really. And you know, just using bread flake, that was the only bait I used to use in those days. I caught a wide variety of fish. I used to catch tench, carp, crucians, roach, and although there were poor days, on most occasions it was quite consistent. I mean, so there's absolutely nothing wrong with the conditions today. It's a bit bright, but for most of the morning it's been overcast. It's brightening up a bit now. Nice colour to the water. But I don't know, I was sort of hopeful at the beginning when I caught a couple of nice rudd. I thought they were coming on the feed. And then we had what I think now was a grebe fishing around here, which seemed to put them off. But in the past, there was always a fairly high probability of picking up a smallish carp around the margins. Not necessarily anything massive, but quite a lot of smaller carp in here. And yeah, and it's been a while now since I've caught a carp in here. I mean, say people aren't catching carp today, but with a more classic sort of carp approach, fishing at distance on feeder. But it used to be a fairly good bet that if you fish the margin all day, at one point you'd probably pick up a carp. But I'm not picking up much at all at the moment, not really getting a bite. Yeah, what is it? It's just coming up to midday. So fishing, I suppose, about just under 3 hours. Very noisy geese. I think that's a bite. No, not a bite. I thought it was a bite. Ah, came off. Came off. That was a slightly better roach, I think. Well, my first fish for ages. As they say, nothing to write home about. Tiny little roach. Yeah, slow doesn't begin to describe things at the moment. The inevitable's happened, isn't it? We've caught a bloody moorhen. I've got to somehow get the bloody hook out of it. I think it's taken the maggots. Oh, I've got a disaster here. The moorhen's gone down and taken me flipping maggots. Yeah, I know, mate, but it's your own bloody fault. Right.
Maggot as well?
Yeah, he dived down and took it. Right. Ow, those claws are bloody sharp. Yeah, well, it's all very well, but it's your own bloody fault. There's a scourger there in the maggot, in that ground bait thing. No, in the ground bait thing. Yeah. Can you just pull that line? Yeah. Jesus Christ. I don't think this is going to work, but he's not going to open his flipping mouth, is he? You pull hard on it.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think. Oh, he won't open his mouth. I think it's too far down, to be honest. He's taking it right down, isn't he? I think.
Cut the bloody, what's the name? I don't know what it is.
I think cut the line, innit? I didn't realise he had taken it.
Yeah, it's the first I've seen him do this. Just below, that's it. You got it.
Come on, come on. Oh, is he still caught on the line? Whoops. He's gone.
for a bit, eh?
The
I'll
fly-
just dislodge it, won't
Yeah, hopefully. Oh, sorry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Oh, Jesus. You want to see me? You want to see me ticket?
I do,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not bothered with
No,
that.
no. It's here. I've put my wallet in here somewhere. Ah, there.
On camera, did you?
Yeah, I've actually got it recording, to be honest. I never forgot about that. There you go.
Good one, thank you.
Cheers.
These things happen, unfortunately. Yeah, you can't predict nature at all. We had one, we had an Egyptian with some line wrapped around his leg the other day, and we
Yeah.
had to grab him. Oh, that was a game.
I thought he had just swum into the line. I didn't realise he had picked up the maggots.
I know the ducks go after it, but I've never known these. Well, just,
The trouble is, every time I cast in, that moorhen comes out. Here's the plop and comes
Oh.
out. But I didn't realise he'd taken it. I thought he had just snagged the line. Right. All good stuff.
right, well done anyway.
Cheers.
Have a better day.
Yeah. Well, that was an absolute disaster. I didn't realise with that moorhen, I thought it had just caught the line, but it had actually it got the maggots on the drop. Actually swallowed the bloody hook. Anyway, we tried to get it out with the disgorger, but it was pointless really. Its mouth's too small, so we had to just cut the line and hope it can. But it's not good news. There's such pains. They whenever you cast in, they come flying out. Let's hope the hook could go down and just rust away in the stomach juices. I've never tried to disgorge a moorhen before. I had the camera running, I think, so I both got most of that on camera. Jesus Christ. I just took this little fella after pulling out of 2 or 3 fish. Small fish, obviously. Yeah, another little rudd, isn't it? Yeah. I'm not sure anything really decent's going to turn up now, you know. I was really quite hopeful this morning when we caught those 2 really quite nice rudd, and I thought this could be a good day, because I've had days like that here where I've caught some really nice rudd, but I don't know, it's not so good. Yeah, well. Still fishing maggots. I don't see much point in putting anything else out, because I don't think there's anything out there that's gonna. Oh, that one threw it on the way down, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah, the rudder taking it on the way down. I mean, so I could try fishing mid-water, but the trouble is that these are all small fish. Yeah, can't let go of you because you'll just flip out my hand. Oh. Yeah. Ah, dear. Yeah, it's turned out into a bit of a disaster day, isn't it, really? Can't get over that moorhen. Oh gee. It'll take me a long time to get over that moorhen. I don't know if it's going to survive. It's really upsetting. I still don't understand how it took the bait, but I'll have to watch when I get home. I'll look at the video and perhaps work out what happened there, but I just don't understand it. I can understand it if it's Yeah, there's another one taking it on the way down, wasn't it? I'm trying to get close into the reeds, see if the better fish might be in there. Feeling more secure. So you get too close and then you end up losing everything. Distinct lack of movement from the carp as well. You often see them cruising around, but absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's another small one, isn't it, I think? Yeah, that's all we're getting at the moment. Small rods. Perhaps try a different bait. There's nothing to lose really, is there? There are some bigger fish down there. I've had that luncheon meat out there about half an hour and not a slightest bit of interest. Yeah. The worrying thing is that I brought some maggots today. I don't usually come here with maggots, but I brought some today because I needed to go to the tackle shop this week. So while I was there, I'm getting a few odds and sods. I bought some maggots, and a good job I bought them, because I think if I hadn't bought maggots, I probably would have had another blank today, to be honest. Because I tried sweet corn a bit earlier, I didn't get a touch on it. I'm on luncheon meat now, or meat. Not a touch. Perhaps go back on sweet corn and then revert back to maggots, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit worrying, really. I bring all these different baits, and all I needed to worry about was a thing of maggots, really. That's interesting. I was getting a bite of cast down by these reeds. Nothing special, you know, small fish. But then that grebe surfaced literally just on the outside of the reeds here, and that's it. Gone completely dead again. Completely dead. Oh, just went slowly under then. Nothing. Piece of luncheon meat has been out there now for 20 minutes or so. No interest whatsoever. I could have left the maggots out there, but I was just getting those small rod and missing quite a few bites, because I don't know if you can see it. See that reed right by the end of my rod top? It's bashing around like no tomorrow. There's something big down there, and it's not interested in my bait. Obviously I'm not that close. I didn't put the float that far in, but if there's something moseying around down there, I thought there's a chance it may find my luncheon meat, but I'm going to pack up soon, so unless whatever it is does find the luncheon meat, I think that's probably it for today. For the last couple of years I've fished here, and the margin fishing hasn't been anywhere like it used to be in the past. I think it's just fished a lot more now. It used to be very, very successful margin fishing when I first used to come over here. But I'm in the real minority. I mean to say, nearly everybody else here today, I think, is putting a ledger out. And there's not that many people here, to be honest. And even people float fishing, I've observed in the past, don't fish the margins. They cast out a fair way. So it just doesn't seem to work like it used to. But things change, don't they? Anyway, I'll carry on for a little bit longer and hope whatever's down there knocking these reeds around may take my bait, but it's not looking too promising. So that's it, folks. I had hoped for a bit more today, I must admit. Having blanked here last time when the conditions weren't really particularly favourable, I thought with some warmer weather, more spring-like weather, there'd be more going on. Yeah, it was a slowish first half hour, and then I caught a couple of quite nice rudd, and that sort of raised my hopes that things were going to be pretty good today. But then we had that grebe. I thought it was a cormorant at first, but then when I looked at it more carefully, it was just a very big grebe, and it spent the whole day fishing in this bay, in this corner, backwards and forwards. Now, to what extent that interrupted the fish, I don't know, but certainly things went pretty dead, and then they sort of came on again and went off again, but all the time I was catching quite small fish. I never repeated the better rudd that I got earlier on, and certainly nothing else turned up. Interesting thing is, if I hadn't brought maggots, I probably would have had another blank, because I couldn't get a bite on any other bait. It was just ridiculous, really. So that was it, really. Then I had the really unfortunate incident with the moorhen. I'm going to have to look at the video when I get home, because basically I don't know how that moorhen managed to get the bait in its mouth. I thought it had swum past the line and got tangled in the line, but when I finally sort of got it in and got hold of it, it had taken the bait. I don't know how that happened. It's very unfortunate. We couldn't get the hook out, so I had to cut the line. So I don't know. I hope it survives, but that sort of depressed me a bit, to be honest. I like looking at nature, not harming it. So yeah, a bit of a strange day, really. Very pleasant day sitting here. Temperature was not too hot, and I was out of that wind, so it was a very pleasant day, and there was always the hope that something would happen, but it didn't. So there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching if you got this far, and thanks as always to the subscribers and those of you who like the videos and comment on the videos. Much appreciated, as always. Yeah, so I'm not sure where to go next, really. I didn't come here last week. I went to Erith because I thought I'd had a bit of a sort of slow day here earlier in the year, and I came here today thinking I might do better than I did, but I didn't. So I'll have to have a think where the next outing will be. So that's it. I'm all packed up. I'm just sitting down, just letting my sort of back rest a bit before I walk back to the car. So there we go. I'll give you a final look at the lake. There we go. They'll probably all start feeding this evening, won't they? That's the way it is. Right, that's it. Bye for now. Cheers.